The director of the film Ice Princess has shared personal reflections on the life and work of Hayden Panettiere, recalling the energy and commitment she brought to the production. In the movie, which centered on a young woman balancing academic ambitions with the competitive world of figure skating, Panettiere portrayed a character whose determination and spirit helped drive the story forward. The director described her as a brave, sparky, and dedicated young actress who illuminated both the rehearsal process and the finished scenes with vibrant talent. Her presence on set left a lasting impression, marked by an ability to convey authenticity in every take. He remembered her as plucky and determined, a perfectionist who spent long hours practicing skating sequences and remaining utterly focused on ensuring that each acting moment felt truthful and precise. That dedication paid off in performances that captured both the physical demands of the role and the emotional layers beneath it. Beyond the technical aspects, she brought a kooky sense of fun, an infectious laugh, and a brilliant, sad-funny comic timing that lightened the atmosphere during a shoot that was often tough and technically complicated. For the director, whose first Hollywood feature this represented, working with her and her co-star created moments of genuine delight amid the challenges of production. The collaboration between Panettiere and Michelle Trachtenberg stood out in particular. The two formed an amazing pair on screen, beginning as rivals before evolving into a close friendship within the narrative. Their chemistry helped ground the story in believable relationships and shared growth. The director recalled both actresses with huge affection, thinking back to a relatively uncomplicated period in their lives when they shone as two bright talents full of promise. Their contributions made the complicated technical requirements of the film more manageable and the overall experience more rewarding for everyone involved. Panettiere's approach to the role reflected a deeper commitment to craft that extended beyond the camera. She immersed herself in the physical preparation required for skating sequences, demonstrating a willingness to put in the necessary hours to achieve realism. This focus on truthfulness in performance aligned with the film's themes of perseverance and self-discovery. Colleagues on set noted her ability to shift between intensity and lightness, using her comic timing to ease tension while still delivering the emotional weight demanded by key scenes. The director's tribute emphasized not only her professional qualities, but also the personal warmth she brought to the production environment. In an industry where schedules can be grueling and technical demands high, her presence helped foster a sense of collaboration and enjoyment. He spoke of how the two young actresses were great to have around, their energy contributing to a positive atmosphere even when the work grew demanding. Looking back across the years, those memories of their early careers remain vivid, highlighting the potential that was evident from the start. Panettiere's performance in Ice Princess formed part of a broader body of work that showcased her range from an early age. The film itself explored themes of ambition, identity, and the balance between different paths in life, and her portrayal helped make those ideas accessible and engaging for audiences. The director's reflections underscore how her dedication elevated the material, turning what could have been straightforward sequences into moments of genuine connection and vitality. In recalling the production, attention also turned to the shared experience of working under pressure. The technical complications of filming skating and integrating them seamlessly with dramatic scenes required patience and precision from everyone involved. Panettiere's perfectionist streak and focused preparation set a standard that others could follow, while her infectious personality helped maintain morale. Those qualities combined to create a working environment that the director remembered fondly decades later. The loss of such a talent prompts reflection on the fleeting nature of early careers and the lasting impact of memorable performances. Ice Princess captured a moment when Panettiere was still relatively young, yet already demonstrating the skills and presence that would define later roles. The director's words serve as a reminder of the human connections formed on set and the way certain actors leave an imprint that endures long after the cameras stop rolling. Her co-star's contribution further enriched the film, creating a dynamic that felt authentic and evolving. Their on-screen relationship mirrored the kind of growth and understanding that audiences respond to, and the director's appreciation for both performers highlights the collaborative spirit that made the project special. In a tough shoot, Their delightfulness and professionalism stood out as key factors in navigating the challenges. Ultimately, the remembrance centers on the vibrant talent that lit up the screen and the personal qualities that made working with her a positive experience. The focus on her bravery, spark, dedication, and comic timing paints a picture of an actress who approached her craft with seriousness while still bringing joy to those around her. These elements combined to create performances that felt lived in and truthful, qualities that resonate with viewers and collaborators alike. Expanding on the production itself, Ice Princess required careful coordination between acting, physical performance, and technical elements. Panettiere's willingness to invest time in skating practice ensured that the athletic sequences carried credibility. This attention to detail extended to her acting choices, where she aimed for spot-on truthfulness in every take. Such commitment is not always visible in the final product, but forms the foundation of memorable screen work. The director's first Hollywood experience benefited from the presence of young talents who approached the material with enthusiasm and professionalism. Their ability to light up rehearsals translated into energy that carried through to the finished film. Looking back, the relative simplicity of that period in their lives stands in contrast to the complexities that often accompany longer careers, making the memories of that time especially poignant. In sharing these recollections, the
reports have described a decision by Taylor Swift to distance herself from the daughters of Blake Lively, framing it as one of the most difficult choices she has faced. The move comes amid a reported fallout in the friendship between the two, which intensified following legal matters involving Lively and another party. An insider account indicated that severing the connection with the children was particularly painful because of the close bond Swift had previously shared with them. The decision was presented as necessary given the broader circumstances, with the aim of achieving a clean and total break. Despite the difficulty and the affection involved, the choice was made to prioritize the overall separation. Another source noted that the distancing occurred a few months earlier after discussion with her partner, who supported the assessment that it was the appropriate step. The perspective shared was that maintaining a close relationship with the children while having virtually no relationship with their parents did not feel healthy or realistic at the present time. Looking ahead, there is hope that once the girls reach adulthood and can make independent decisions, reconnection could become possible if they choose it. This longer-term view acknowledges both the current necessity of distance and the potential for future contact on different terms. The reported bond had been evident in earlier public moments, including references in creative work and on-stage comments that highlighted the significance of the children's names within a particular album. Those earlier expressions of connection underscore the depth of the relationship that made the later decision challenging. The shift to distance reflects the impact of the larger interpersonal and legal developments on personal ties. Neither party has publicly addressed the rumors of a fallout in detail, allowing the insider accounts to shape much of the available narrative. The description of the decision as one of the toughest emphasizes the emotional weight involved in stepping back from a previously close connection with the children. The involvement of discussion with a partner adds a layer of considered judgment to the process. In the context of high-profile friendships, external pressures and legal complications can alter the landscape of personal relationships. The reported escalation following the introduction of Swift's name into related matters contributed to the conditions under which the distancing occurred. The focus on a clean break suggests an intentional approach to managing the separation comprehensively. The children's ages and the hope for future adult reconnection frame the decision as temporary in the longer view, even while firm in the present. This perspective balances immediate boundaries with openness to later possibilities determined by the girls themselves. The insider comments present the choice as driven by circumstances rather than a lack of care. Previous creative and public acknowledgments of the bond provide contrast to the current distance. References that incorporated the children's names into artistic work and on-stage remarks illustrated a level of personal investment that made the subsequent decision especially difficult. Those earlier moments remain part of the shared history even as the present relationship has changed. The reported timeline places the decision several months prior to the most recent accounts, following consultation and agreement on the right course. This sequence indicates a deliberate process rather than an abrupt reaction. The emphasis on health and realism in maintaining relationships under strained parental dynamics further explains the rationale. Public attention on the friendship status has grown alongside the legal developments, creating a backdrop against which personal decisions are scrutinized. The accounts of the distancing from the children specifically highlight the human cost of the broader rift. By focusing on the difficulty of the choice and the underlying affection, the reports convey the complexity involved. The hope for reconnection once the girls are of age introduces a forward-looking element. It acknowledges that the current boundaries may not be permanent and that future agency belongs to the children. This aspect of the narrative softens the finality of the break while still affirming its present necessity. In navigating high-visibility personal relationships, decisions about maintaining or limiting contact often involve careful weighing of multiple factors. The reported discussion with a partner and the conclusion that distance was required reflect that kind of evaluation. The resulting clean break aims to create clarity amid complicated circumstances. The absence of direct public statements from either side leaves room for the insider perspectives to define the available understanding. Those perspectives consistently return to the difficulty of the decision and the genuine care that made it hard. The combination of affection and necessity forms the core of the described choice. Earlier public expressions of connection, whether through artistic references or live comments, established a foundation of warmth that the later distance contrasts with. That contrast heightens the sense of the decision's emotional weight. The reports frame it as a response to circumstances that left little alternative for a healthy ongoing dynamic. As the legal and interpersonal situations continue to unfold, the personal boundaries around the children's relationships remain a notable element. The accounts emphasize that the choice was made with the children's well-being and the overall clarity of the break in mind. Looking ahead to their adulthood provides a potential pathway for renewed contact under different conditions. The overall narrative centers on a difficult personal decision shaped by larger events. The affection for the girls, the pain of stepping back, the consultation involved, and the hope for future possibilities all contribute to a nuanced picture of the situation. By presenting the choice as both tough and necessary, the accounts convey the complexity of managing relationships under strain. In the end, the reported distancing reflects an effort to align personal connections with the realities of the broader fallout. The emphasis on a clean break, the acknowledgement of difficulty, and the openness to later reconnection together outline a considered approach to a challenging set of circumstances. Article 6. Rewritten text concerning Hayden Panettiere's friend Clayton Johnson and the final text.